What's in a name? Everything. The power of a name has long been immortalized in prose, poetry, and history. It is your face to the world, your ambassador of quality that reflects your ideals and aspirations. Thompson's, a name, a family, a tradition of excellence. So it is with Thompson's Toyota, where our professional and courteous staff are eager to help you drive home your dream vehicle from the largest selection of new and used Toyota cars and trucks at the best prices. And if your vehicle needs service, our Toyota factory-trained and certified service technicians have the skill and expertise to do the job right and do it right the first time. Thompson's Toyota, where you'll always be treated like family.
Hey everybody, thanks for being here. Today, we're on the Feather River in Northern California with guide Ray Thurford going after limits of Chinook salmon. We'll be using both bait and lures, plus we're going to learn how to cure the roe that these fish want to swallow. Now stay tuned.
I'm Justin Wolff, and this is Angler West Television.
We've launched well before gray light at the outlet hole on the Feather River near Oroville, California, and it looks like there's a few salmon to be caught. We're starting off with a variety of sardine-wrapped Brad's killer fish, including this model that glows in the dark. Just right at legal light is the best time to use these glow-in-the-dark lures. Fishing today is Dave Carrick and former Los Angeles Rams lineman Larry Coombs and his wife Ann. And it was Larry that hooked up first with that glow-in-the-dark Brad's lure. But just as quickly it came off, right before Ann hooked up herself.
There you go, good job. Go.
Come on, babe.
Nice and easy, right there, quit reeling. Quit reeling.
What a beauty!
First fish of the morning on Brad's killer fish, and it was a killer fish. It worked us over pretty well. So yeah, this is a lure that caught the fish. The red tail green head's been a hot lure. We're trying the one out with the dots on it. It worked well already. This morning's already got us one. We've lost two other fish, so we need to re-wrap it. The fish that we caught tore the wrap off it, so you should re-wrap it every time anyways. But it's a hot lure, great color, great pattern. It's been good all year, so we're gonna re-wrap it and put it back out there. Obviously it's wiggling right, it's got the right wobble, working great. It's the F15 Brad's lure. It's red hot right now, so we're gonna get it back in the water and see if we can't get another one. Okay, we're on the Feather River today. We're just below Oroville, just above Gridley. It's where the low flow and the outlet come in from the Oroville afterbay. And it creates a big old wash in here. And the salmon, they come up and they get fooled because they want to go up to where the water's flowing in from the afterbay, but yet they're going to end up going up the low flow to the hatchery. And so it's a big, deep swirling hole. It's a really dangerous place to fish, but this is where a lot of fish come, and we do a lot of fishing here. So you got to be really careful when you come up here, because if you go to anchor up, everything works in a whirlpool in here. And I see guys drop their anchor down, then it hooks into their outboard motor. Then they get hung up, and then it sucks you into the whitewater back there. Not a real easy place to fish. There's always a lot of fish here. It's real productive, but you need to be really careful if you come up here fishing, especially if you're dropping anchors down and that. The best thing to do is have a guy running the motor, keeping the motor running. It'll keep you safe, and stay far away from the whitewater as you can, because it will tip your boat over and it will take you down. But it's an amazing place to fish, great fishery. It's you know, it's as good as it gets in the Feather River. So yeah, we just dropped out of the deep water and we came down to some shallow water. We've been having good luck in here also. We had to drop our weight size way down though. We went to 1/2 ounce, 1 ounce. You want to spread your lures out, get a couple way back and a couple just underneath them so you don't get tangled up. But we're going to work this runway real slow. We know there's fish laying in here. So the idea is just to back down the current real slow and just work your lure in front of them. The wobbling lure will come down, it'll get in front of the right fish and he'll come up and just clobber it. So that's what the game plan is right now. So we're going to do a little back trolling. Oh my God!
I let him take it.
He let him take it. Oh God,
But I did have the crawfish procure on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's real important when you get a bite flat fishing. As soon as you get bit, your natural reaction is to set the hook. But you want to let them load up and get tangled up in them hooks and let them really take it, because they're just coming up and grabbing a hold of that lure. But you really want them to let them have it a little while and feed it to them. And when you get a bite, it's gonna start pumping. Let it pump 3 or 4 times and then set the hook. Otherwise, a lot of times you rip the lure away from the fish. But it's real hard to do. I mean, we've all done it. So, but anyways, it's real important to be patient and let that fish grab it and really get a hold of it real good before you set that hook.
Nothing adds flash and action to a herring, anchovy, or hoochie like the Max Lure Smile Blade. Now available in all sizes and colors at AnglerWestTV.com. There's one fishing rod company that produces more species-specific rods than any other in the world, with the highest quality standards for over 60 years, allowing you to fish with confidence.
Welcome back to the Feather River. I'm Justin Wolff. Typically, lures like the Brad's Killerfish are highly effective early in the morning, with roe being a good option after the sun comes up.
Okay, everybody reel them in. We're going to switch over to roe now. We worked flatfish this morning. We had 4 fish on. We landed 1. They bit really well. We just couldn't land them, couldn't make the best of our opportunities. Big fish too. But we're going to go to roe. We're going to use a Procure, red dye, double red, I believe it is. And then we also have some with UV in it. So we're gonna use that, and we've been doing really well on it. I'm sure we're gonna do fine today. So, okay, Larry, go ahead. Hit the bottom and lift it up.
Fish on.
Fish on up there, you guys, fish on. Good job, Larry.
Oh, man.
Oh no, where'd you go?
Come on.
Right at the end, yeah.
You gotta keep it tight, you guys. Can't give it slack. Another fish on. We've hooked 5, landed 1. This is number 6. I don't know if we'll land it either.
Good fish here. Okay, yeah, we got 8 in one day here last year. It was a good year. Actually, 2 weeks ago we got 1 too. Oh, you got what color?
Good job.
Lift up on the rod a little.
Now lift up.
Lift up.
Really
There you
high.
go. When the fish come out of there, they're in that fast water and they get all pumped up. It's like they're full of oxygen. They just take off. They're hard to land in there. That's why we've only landed 1 fish out of 5. So we're running up, down, all over this hole with this fish right now. It's a big fish. There's a lot of big fish this year.
Oh, you got him by the tail?
Yeah.
Okay, what happened was we came through the fast water. The leader came around the fish and hooked him in the tail. It was a foul hook fish. You're not allowed to, they have to be in the mouth. If they're not in the mouth, they gotta go. Nice fish, just not in the right spot. We'll get the next one. Right towards me, right here. Keep his head in. Well, we've had 6. This is number 7. This one's in the mouth. It's a fair hook. We'll see if we can get him in. You always want to grab the weight when you get your fish in the net because it swings around. If it hits you in the mouth, you lose your teeth. Not the biggest one, not the biggest fish, but a beautiful silver bright jack. That's our future. We get a lot of jack salmon this year. We're gonna get a lot of salmon next year.
Beautiful jack. We're by the mouth. We're gonna go get some more now. Put this one up and we'll go get them.
There's a big snag right here. You have to go over the top. You have to go over the top of that ledge. It's all rocks, big pile of rocks. You go over the top, you reel up, and then you re-drop back down. It's game on.
Oh my gosh.
Doing good.
Get it. Keep it high. You got it.
Not so choppy. Hang in there.
All right, let's go.
Keep tight.
Woohoo!
Nice fish.
Nice
All the
fish.
way around. There you go. That a girl.
Okay.
Walk it right over towards me. There you go. Now lift up.
Keep tight.
Reel, reel, reel. That a girl. All the way down. Lip, 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 lip.
Yeah.
Woo!
Perfect. Two fish on right here. Just two fish. Two fish.
Double hookup. Double hookup. Let's go, guys.
There you go. Good job. Keep hers up there. Keep yours up there. Help her out, Butch. Over there, Dave. Right here. Lift, lift, reel down, lift, lift, lift. Right here.
There you go, man. Keep it tight. Keep it tight.
Look at that.
Go towards it. Go towards it. Go towards it.
This way.
Woo!
Look where that hook was. Deep right down where it needed to be, down the throat.
Now, when a fish swallows it like that, you know your bait is good. And how good it is depends on how it's cured. When we return, we're going to learn exactly how Wraith cures his roe. So far this morning on the Feather River, the fish are biting lures and swallowing gobs of roe. There's lots of ways to cure roe, but obviously our bait is the right stuff, as we'll end up with 10 salmon today. Now let's go to Wraith's house and get a lesson on exactly how he cures his roe for both the Feather and Sacramento rivers.
This is today's roe. You'll take your skein of roe and open it up, make little cuts right down the middle, and then you open it up and you just do a couple little side cuts. Okay, and all you're going to do is you're flattening it out. You're flattening it out so you can put your dyes on it. So we're going to go with the UV double red dye. So you'll sprinkle that on there like so. You don't have to get crazy with it, but that's quite a bit. And then we'll flip it over and do the other side. And once you're done with that, a little bit more. We're going to add some Slamola. It's a Procure Slamola. It's just another way to get some more bites. Not too much, but just a little bit. Okay, and that right there, it's going to draw all the juice out of the eggs, and then after, we're going to put them in the refrigerator. After a couple days, it'll go back in, and I'll show you what happens. That's what your roe looks like after a couple days sitting in the refrigerator. It turns all red. Then what you do is you take your roe, you set it on a screen, spread it out. You just let it sit right there for a little while. It'll air dry. You take your roe you just did, you put it in your bucket. You're going to leave it in the fridge for 2 days. You leave it in the fridge for 2 days, you come back, then you set it on the screen. That's it. So you'll take another one. We're going to do this again. You take another skein, right down the middle. It's not real hard. It's real easy to do. And then you take your product and sprinkle it on. And we're gonna go both sides. Okay, now this is the double red with UV. This is the slamola. This gives you a little extra. For whatever reason, they like it, little slamola, not much. Think of that as your salt, and that's your garlic salt. So, and then we're gonna use, on this chunk, this is the badass dye. It'll really dye it a deep, you don't need very much of this at all. You barely sprinkle a little of this on. That gives it the super, super dark red color. That's gonna give it the super dark color. And you can just add it in with your other one. It's not gonna hurt. I'm not real particular. You'll take this, cap it off, shake it up, wash your Tupperware off or get a cardboard piece and put it in outside refrigerator. 2 days like that. When you get done with that, then you're gonna have this over here. This is the final. You let it air dry. It's going to look like that. We'll set it right here on top of the other stuff. You'll put it right there. You grab your, this is after 2 days of being in the refrigerator. You go from here, this stage, 2 days in the refrigerator. You hit a little borax on it. Rub it around. Okay, there's your eggs now. Some people will use them like that. Okay. You dried out. You can handle these now. They won't be all sticky in that. You can handle them. You can use them like that. What I do, I get a paper towel, lay that down like so. Take your roe, and just like it came out of the fish, you're going to lay it, and you'll fold it over. Okay, now that's after you cut it and everything, you flattened it out, you let all your cures get in there, your slamola, whatever else you like. 2 days in the fridge, then you powder it, then you're going to roll it back up. And everybody refers to these as burritos. So that goes in a Ziploc bag, goes back in the fridge for 5 days, or in the freezer. You put it in the freezer, what you want to do is you want the egg to dimple. When the egg dimples, it'll release the juices when you drop it in the water, and when you go to use it to fish it, it'll release the juices. Otherwise, if you leave it like this, you just have round eggs. There's no dimples in there. The next day after you freeze it, you can use it. You can fish it, you'll catch fish. It'll work much better for you. But the round eggs are fine. You'll catch fish on this because of the color and the smell. But if you do the extra couple steps, you're going to catch more fish.
Welcome back to the Feather River. I'm Justin Wolff. It's been a great day on Brad's Killerfish and Roe as we're about to limit out.
Okay, you guys, when they really want to bite roe, that's what it looks like. All the way down his throat.
Right down the line. Little rib. Good job.
Yeah, this right here, it's heavy enough where if you hit him one real good time in the right spot, right behind, hold that fish up, Brian. If you hit him, you see where the eyes are. If you come right behind the eyes, you hit them one time, boom, right there hard. Pow, one time, it puts them out. If you don't do that, they'll start slapping around. They can put a hook in you. I've seen it happen. A lot of bad things can happen.
Now that's a great day on any river, but now let's see how tomorrow goes. The next day, we'll start off with Brad's Killerfish with a sardine wrap and just a little bit of crawfish tail. And just like the day before, it didn't take long to hook up. Wraith has new fishermen on board, and it looks like they will limit out easily today as well, as we already have several like that one in the box.
Enjoy the fight, Doc. Enjoy the fight. There you go. Good job. Right here, nice and slow.
Good net. Good net.
The pink one, I picked that color out. I wanted that color. So that was a good fish. Clean, bright fish. Time for a new net.
Those fish are powerful.
After 10 yesterday and 5 or 6 already today. So It lasted a long time.
On board today is Josh Georgiano, who Wraith has throwing a spinner off the front of the boat. A new type of spinner that Wraith is trying out for the first time.
On the spinner.
Yeah, we're running the Brad's Killer lures off the back, and then we get two guys on the front, and they're casting out into the middle. There's a drop-off out there. We're running the Shasta Tackle Scorpion spinners out there, and he's running a chartreuse double-bladed spinner. He's running it with a 2-ounce weight with about a 3-foot leader, but he was working the front. We were seeing a lot of fish rise and fish on just like that, boom. It's a real good lure. We have a couple different varieties of them here. This is the red blade, this is the silver blade, but he puts a little hoochie skirt on the back. Good spinner though. He sent me some up. Gary sent some up for us to try them out, and as you can see, first day using them, they're working. We stuck them in the water. The blade spun good, had a nice little wobble to it. So, anyways, yeah, fish on over here. Woo! Double! Woo! I got it. Scorpion spinner strikes again. Good job. We went with the chartreuse early in the morning. We thought the bright color would pan out, and as you can see, it worked out well. So we'll go to silver later on. We'll go the brighter, shiny color. So beautiful fish. Good fish again. Yeah, these spinners, they work really well off the bank. If you watch all around this whole hole right here, people are standing on the bank. They always throw spinners. You could add a weight above it. That's what we've been doing. We've been adding a weight to get a little farther distance, get it down a little lower. It's really good off the bank. It's also good anchored up. You anchor up in the Sacramento River or anywhere there's a lot of current and you know the fish are coming through. You put them on a spreader. You have like a 6 to 8 inch dropper with a 12 to 15 inch leader. So what happens is your spinner will sit there and spin in the current, and you can just sit there on the anchor if you know the fish are coming through. That also works really well. So there's a lot of things you can do with the spinner. We put them on a big heavy weight, drop them down in a hole and troll them real slow through there. You can get bit that way. So they're real versatile, just another lure to catch fish.
I'll click the weight on and I'll put about 4 to 8 inches to a swivel, which lets me keep the twist out of the line and also changing colors if you need to. Get it out there, slow it down at the end. That kind of swings it out and gets everything in line, and it'll start working as soon as it hits the water. You know what I really like about these spinners is the titanium wire that runs through them. I noticed they don't bend when you catch a fish. A lot lighter. You know, you can cast them with lighter line. It's definitely a benefit to having a big lure like that. It's the light wire. We definitely like that titanium. I mean, you can bend these things right back to shape.
Thanks for watching today's episode of Angler West TV. You know, it's only with the sponsor support that this show is made possible, so please thank them when you can. Now get out there and do some great fishing.